Hi there, I'm Cicmila for Basically Burgundy, and today on Customizing Life I'm going to show you how to make these really cute flowers out of wire and some nail polish. They can be used to decorate whatever you want. I made this little garden and I'm going to upload a tutorial for that really soon, but you can use them to make jewelry or to customize gifts, or really the possibilities are endless. So let's see what you're gonna need. To start off, you're going to need some wire. Now I used really thin crafting wire. The one that you use for jewelry is the best, but if you have something a bit thicker and chunkier, that can also work. It won't look as pretty and it's a bit harder to manage, but if that's the only thing you have, you can use that. Then you're going to need some wire cutters and some round nose pliers, but you can also do without these. Some type of round object, I'm using a pencil here. Some hobby glue, nail polishes, and lastly, something in what you can stick your flowers while they're drying. I'm just using my little Rubik's Cube here and sticking the flowers in between the squares. So let's get started. First, you're going to need a piece of wire. The length of it depends on how big you want your petals to be, how long you want your stem to be. There's really no right or wrong. Now you want to wrap that wire around your round object a few times. How many times you wrap it around determines how many petals you're going to have. I wrap mine around 4 every time because I wanted all my flowers to have 4 petals. And then give it a little twist and slide it off the pencil. The next one, to take the loose part of the wire and stick it through the loops a few times to secure them. Now I started using round nose pliers, but that just didn't hold it all together, so I just threw them out and stuck with using my fingers. So you want to loop it around a few times, and then whatever is left of that wire, you can wrap it around the other one to make a stem. The next, you want to use your round nose pliers or your fingers or whatever you have to shape those petals a bit. The more petals you have, the more narrow they have to be so they can all fit, because you really don't want to have any parts of overlapping wire, because that tends to not look so great in the end result. So just pull your petals apart and sort of use your fingers and your pliers to make all of those overlaps go away and to make your flower look pretty. The next thing you want to do is cut off the excess stem of your flower. Now, depending on what you're using it for, you might want to leave it longer or you might want to cut it really short. I was just using it to make that little garden that you saw in the beginning, so I need mine various lengths, so I just cut some really short and left some long. Now comes the hero of the flowers, which is hobby glue. Now, traditionally, what you would do is take the glue and then try to sort of spread it all over the petals, but that ends up as a complete disaster and you end up using so much glue and altogether it's just a huge mess. But don't worry, I got you covered. What you want to do is take any type of bottle cap that you have and put in it just a little bit of glue, just to cover the bottom is enough. Now take all of your wire bases and just dunk them in that glue. Just dip them and take out, and that leaves a beautiful even coat on them that dries quickly, and if you just pre-make all of those wire bases, this goes so fast. When they are dry, they should look something like this. They should have a little clear film over them. Here I also made one with a thicker wire so you can see what it looks. It's not as pretty as the other one, but it still works if that kind of wire is the only thing you happen to have. On some of them, the film did break while they were drying, but it's not a big deal. I just re-dipped them into glue and let them dry and they were as good as new. Now you want to take your nail polish and just with a little bit on the brush you want to paint over the petals. Now there are 1,000 ways that you can paint your flower. You can paint all the petals in the same color or in different colors. You can paint both from the top and the bottom of the flower. My personal way is to paint them just from the bottom so you can see the wire that stands out. You can also paint different colors on top and bottom. As for this one, I used some glitter on the edges to give it more of a fancier effect. On this one I used red on top and then silver on the bottom, so there's just a little bit of that shimmer that is going through, and I think it looks pretty nice. But still my favorite one is when I color them just from the bottom, because then you can see beautiful color of the wires, such as you can see here. Now here didn't do the overlapping part so well, this was still a practice one, so this is how it turned out. So you can play around with the colors and shapes as much as you want, the options are endless. I hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial as much as I enjoyed making it. I really have a lot of fun making these flowers every time. And make sure you subscribe to Basically Burgundy, and if you decide to try and make these flowers, make sure you tweet some pictures to me because I would really love to see them. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.